In the last video, we talked about how text-to-image generation works with stable diffusion and on the using the flux models and all the other models. In this video, we talked about how image to image generation works. Before that, let's check this Google Nano Banana. I hope you have already seen this. So I have given this image and I just added a simple prompt, add a red hat on the head of the person, and it added the red hat on the same person and do nothing else. So this is so the same process we gonna learn is followed by the Google Nano Banana called image to image workflow. So in this video, we learned about basic image to image workflow, and this is called in painting we learn in other workflow, but in this we understand the fundamental of image to image workflow. So this is the last video of fundamentals. First we talked about how stable diffusion was. Then in the second video we talked about how text to image generation works. In the third video, this is the third video, we'll talk about image to image generation, and fourth video, which of fundamentals is prompt engineering. Then we go cover the models and other things. So so this is the basic workflow. So if you understand, if you know the, if you remember if you remember this process of stable diffusion, how the how the whole things works. I'm talking about this thing. So there's a VE encoder, latent space, a decoder, and an image. So image goes into encoder. That encoder converts that image into a latent space. Latent space means convert those images into canvas and your prompt into pixels. And pixels goes into decoder. The decoder convert the tokens into a image. So this is our image. This checkpoint thanks and so to add the image. Suppose let's we add an image. There's a node called load image. Now we have this image. Let me change this. Suppose let's say let's this image. Let's take this image. Yes. So this gonna upload. Let's say this is the image. Now what we need to do to add this is in the workflow. So if you remember the fundamentals that we need to do a add to encoder to add this image into a latent space, which is this case sampler. Earlier text to image workflow, we are also adding a image, but which is a empty image. Now we are adding our own image. So let's say this is our image. Now what we need to do, so there's a VAE decoder. Now what we need to do in this fundamentally, if you remember this, there's an encoder. So now we need to add a VAE encoder. VAE encoder. Yes. Now what we need to? Now we need to connect the dot. Image. If you remember, we talked about image convert into pixels. These are the images and latent space only the image space, enumerous and the other things, the three color channels and dimensional space. Then those convert into pixels. So we need to convert this image into pixels. Yes. And now this VAE to VAE checkpoint, because we need to add a checkpoint. Checkpoint is basically a model. Now this is a image to image workflow. We don't need an empty image, so we can select and delete this. Now where this goes into a latent space. Case sampler, where case sampler is the heart of. Okay. Now let's run okay. Let's run the prompt. Okay. Uh dog dog in the dog jungle. Let me know if it will get the same results. First, let's run this, then we'll talk about the results and how it will work. So what we have done is we have given the image uh, to work on the image. Okay. Uh, Now this is the image generated. This is the image generated. This is not anyway similar to this. If we keep these side by side. These two are not similar. Why? This is a anime kind of image and this is a photorealism image. Why these are not the same images? Because if you remember the first video where we talked about stable diffusion, we talked about these things, terms, seed, control after CFG, and denoise. There's a terms called denoising work. If you remember the fundamentals, that's why I'm talking and talking about fundamentals, because each and every fundamental, if you know, that is helpful. If you not working on ComfyUI, the fundamentals would be the same. So denoising, if you remember, this thing, in the every step there's a image and there's a noise added to the image. So in the last video we talked about how this denoising works. So denoising is 100% noising. So there is no space left to add noise to the image and predict the noise. So let me explain clearly. That means this denoise is 1. Denoise is 1. That means there is no space left to add noise and predict and remove the in the next decode space, remove that noise to uh, generate a new image. That means this image we give, this works as a empty latent space. That means they can't add a noise to this image to generate new image. Now let's say let's now put this value to 0.5. Or now let's run the same prompt. So now what will happen? This, they take the image of this, add a 50% noise, and try to see. If you are seeing, they have added the 50% noise, then they try to generate the image. So they have taken the picture, added a noise. Now they have tried to add the noise. They have tried to add the dog here. So they have tried to do these things. So they have turned this flower into a dog. Now, so that's where the things get changed. Let me. So let me show you another example. How to create this in ComfyUI? I forgot how to. Yes. Let me create another workflow where we talk, where we deeply understand. Let me remove this image for now. Now let's add a empty latent image again and connect this to latent and put this denoise to 0. Let's see which this image generate. Yes, it generate nothing. It's a blank canvas. So that means they have added 0 noise. So they can't add any noise to this. So what does this mean? This mean, so when you're working on a text to image workflow, there's a blank canvas. So you need to apply a noise, 100%, 70%, 80%, whatever the noise that needs to be predicted. If you're getting my, so suppose um, this is a blank canvas. Now, when we do 5%, what will happen? Let's try this one also. Let's fix the seed and let's see what will happen. Let's fix the seed and run. They're gonna generate the same blank canvas this time also. Yes. Now we have do the blank canvas, fix the seed. So that means every time we're gonna get the same image. Now let's add the 5% of denoising, means 0.05. Let's see. Run this. By the way, our prompt is a dog in the lost city of jungle. Now you are seeing these are the pixel they have added in the 5%. Pixel means these are the noise in the 5%. You are seeing this is the 5%. This is the 5%. Now let's see. Let's check for the 20%. So now you are getting my point. That if so for the text to image workflow, you are adding the noise to a blank canvas. So when you're working on an image, you have a canvas, and when you have a denoise value of 100%, 100% means uh, this 5% means the on the black case they are adding the noise and remove this. So when you the have the denoise at 100%, you can't add any noise to that because it has the already added to the noise. Yes. So this is the at 20%. This, oh sorry, this as the, let's check for 50%. Yes. Now you are seeing they try to add a coconut tree and all and all. So this is where the denoise value comes in. So when you're generating the image text to workflow, they have a blank canvas. Or when you're generating the image to image text to image workflow, when you do a one, so you don't have a, you have a image, so you don't want to work on a blank canvas. That's why you will get the same image. So now let's add the image to image workflow load image. Uh, Now add this dinosaur. Now let's add this. Let's add this. VAN code to latent image. Now let's check for 0%. For zero, we talked about the zero. There is zero noise added to the image. What will happen? Oh yeah, VA is missing. So you are seeing when there's a any node is missing, let's remove this. When there are any piece that are not connected into the system, your workflow will not run. So to checking the workflow, try to run it. If the workflow is right, the ComfyUI automatically runs it. Now tell me now. Take a pause this video, and now try to think why the same image generated, why they have not added any prompt adherence to it. Either we have a CFG 8 and a 20 steps, but let's think why they have not changed this image. Let's take a pause. I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I hope if you get it right, comment it. Yes. So let me tell you. So they don't have added any noise to it. Got it? Zero means they have. So this is a they have worked as a blank canvas. They have this works as a canvas. So this is 100% they have generated. So when you increase the noise, let's say let's say point 0.6, a dragon made of marbles in a marble city. Now let's run this. So this is our load image, and in this, you're gonna see the results. See, now you're seeing the dragon are same. The building is almost the same. They have changed the building, but the placement is same. They have changed the feathers from a marble feather. They have also changed this to marbles. Here, this is the glowing cities. Now they have added these into a marble. Now, because we have fixed the seed, understand this. Because we have fixed the seed, they're gonna generate the same thing. We talked about control after generate in the previous video. Now, this change this to randomize and run this. Now, I'm expecting another result. Yes, they have gonna change little bit. Yeah, see, they have changed to marble. They have added these into horns and all in. So this is how your image generation works. Suppose now if you want to change some kind of thing, you can test it with adding changing this changing this noise value to, let's change it to 40%. Now run this workflow same. So higher the in the image to image workflow, higher the denoise, you are gonna get the same kind of result, similar to your image. Lower the CFG, sorry, lower the CFG, lower the denoise value, you gonna get the same kind of result. Higher the noise value, you are not getting the generated image uh, according to your image to image workflow. Means, what does this means? So suppose this is your denoise value. So if this go to the higher, your result will go down according to the image. If this is going lower, your results gonna go similar to the value. Yes. So on the same principle, let's change this to 70%. Let's change this to 80%. Or now change this to white marbles. White marbles in a red marble city. So, according to the principle, our prompt. So this will give you this will give the adherence to the prompt, but also take our image as reference. So you are seeing, yes. See this. What is the image given? What is the prompt given? What is the denoise value? So now you gonna you understand why I'm saying the fundamentals is important in the ComfyUI. So denoise is 0.80. Um, red marble, denoise point. So this is red city, white marble dragon, and all and all and all. So this is for basic image to image workflow. Now suppose we want to change the specific part of the image. So in that VA encode is not sufficient. We need to do a in painting. So this we talked about in painting. So I'll give you a basic glimpse of in painting, but we're gonna deep dive in the in painting class. So suppose search for VA encode for in painting. Now this image to pixel, VA to VA, and latent to latent. Now what is this mask called? This is the mask where the results gonna change. So click this and search for open in mask editor. Your images this. Now change the object you want to do masking. So let's say we change this to this. We mask this and click on save. Comfy Cloud is running slow, by the way. If you are running on locally or running on any run pod and JavaScript, the speed is faster. Maybe the image size is big. Then we need to connect this masks to mask. Now we gonna give the prompt. Uh, a gorilla, a gorilla on on the top of the building in the neon city. Let's run it. So in this case, they will change this mask thing only. Oh, this HDXL is not for in painting, guys. Let's do this in painting checkpoint model and let's change. Yeah. So some models not worked with in painting. Let's run it again. So they have tried to run this, the adding the gorilla, but why this is not working? Because the models are not in paint. And let's try to reduce the 0.5 and run it. So Comfy Cloud is Comfy in the Comfy Cloud, the in painting models are not supported, but you got the gist of it, how this things works. So they have added this gorilla. See, it's not the great, but they have added the gorilla. Let's grow the mask by 30. So we're gonna get the smoother results. Yeah, so see, they have added the gorilla. This is how the in painting workflow works. So this is the basic of it. Um, in the in painting workflow on the control nets, we're gonna deep dive all the things. So if you're watching till here, do like the video, subscribe it, and share this course with your friends and your team members to understand the ComfyUI. This is the fundamentals of it. If you haven't watched the previous two lectures of how stable diffusion works and how text to image generation work, do watch out. And thanks for watching.